Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Ghulam Nabi Memon. Today I will present erector spinae plain block. My presentation will comprise history and introduction of erector spinae plain block, anatomy of erector spinae muscles, mechanism of action of erector spinae plain block, prerequisite of erector spinae plain block, ultrasound setting, pre-procedural sonoanatomy, technique of the erector spinae block and position for the block, equipment required for the block, advantage of erector spinae plain block, indication of erector spinae block, contraindication of erector spinae plain block, reported complication of the erector spinae block and clinical tips. History and introduction of erector spinae plain block. Erector spinae plain block was first introduced in 2016 by Mauricio Ferreiro for thoracic neuropathic pain in patients with metastatic disease of the rib and rib fractures. Erector spinae plain block is simple, easy to perform, it's very safe and highly effective. Erector spinae plain block is an interfacial plain block. There are very few complications reported till now. This is a state-of-art publication of Dr. Mauricio. In this case reports, he presented few cases which include interfacial plain block between the rhomboideus major and erector spinae muscles. And two cases he presented with the erector spinae plain block. And he reported excellent results. In this paper, he also proved the drug spreads to dorsal rami, ventral rami of the spinal nerves, and even more towards the other areas. This is a picture with kind permission from Dr. Mauricio. On my request, he sent this picture. Thanks to Dr. Mauricio. Erector spinae plain block has gained global popularity beyond the imagination of Dr. Mauricio Ferreiro. This is his personal comments, and thousands of papers have been published till now for this block. The erector spinae plain block is a versatile, novel technique practiced all over the world for different indications, including post-surgical pain, chronic pain, cancer pain, traumatic pain. Erector spinae muscle is a combination of three groups of muscles, which are central muscle, spinalis muscle, longissimus muscle, and iliocostalis muscle. These are three groups of muscle. First group of muscle is spinalis, which has again three parts: capitis, colli, and thoracis. The spinous muscles are the most medial group of erector spinae muscle. They are divided into three regional groups from superior to inferior, and the first group is spinous capitis, which originates from the spinous process of C7 and T1 and insert in the midline of the occipital bone. The second group of muscle of the spinalis muscle are spinalis colli muscles, which originate from the same points as spinalis capitis, that is C7 and T1, but also from nuchal ligaments. It inserts into the spinous process of C2, 3, and 4. The third group of spinalis muscle are spinalis thoracis muscle, which extends from the spinous process of T11, 12, L1, and L2 until the process of thoracic 2nd to thoracic 8. This is the picture of spinalis muscle, and you can see these are most central and related to the spinous processes up to the skull. The second group of muscle is longissimus muscle, which has again three parts: capitis, collis, and thoracis. The longissimus muscles are the group of central erector spinae muscle. They are thickest and longest, divided in three groups. The first group is longissimus capitis, which originates from the transverse process of C4 and 5 and inserts into the mastoid process. Longissimus coli extends between transverse process of C2 to C6 to the transverse process of thoracic 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The third group of the longissimus muscle is longissimus thoracis, consists of thoracic and lumbar part. The thoracic part travels from L1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sacrum and posterior iliac crest until the thoracic vertebra and inferior lower 6 ribs. The lumbar part extends between the region surrounding the anterior medial aspect of the ilium and L1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertebra. This is a picture of the longissimus muscle. It is the thickest and between the spinalis and the iliocostalis muscle. The third group of erector spinae muscle is iliocostalis muscle, which has again three parts. The iliocostalis muscles are the most later erector spinae muscle. They are divided in three groups from superior to inferior. The first group is iliocostalis coli muscle, originates from the angle of the ribs 3 to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and inserts in the transverse process of C4, cervical 4, cervical 5, and cervical 6. The second group of muscles of iliocostalis or iliocostalis thoracis muscle arise from the angle of the ribs 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and attaches to the angle of the ribs 1 to 6 and transverse process of cervical 7. The third group in iliocostalis muscle is iliocostalis lumborum muscle, originates from 3 points: lateral crest of sacrum, medial end of iliac crest, and thoracolumbar fascia. It attaches to the angle of ribs 5, 6, 7 up to 12, transverse process of lumbar 1, 2, 3, 4, and adjacent thoracolumbar fascia. This is the picture of iliocostalis muscle, and you can see this is the most lateral muscle of the erector spinae group. Mechanism of action of erector spinae plane block. Clinical evidence suggests that erector spinae plane block successfully blocks motor, sensory, and sympathetic nerves. It is presumed that 20 to 30 ml of local anesthetic solution deposited between the erector spinae muscle and transverse processes immediately moves in craniocaudal directions. It directly bars the dorsal ramus, diffuses laterally to the intercostal space and blocks intercostal nerve. It also diffuses ventral to the transverse process and reaches the ventral ramus, also mixed spinal nerve, and it also blocks the sympathetic connecting nerve. Medially, it diffuses to paravertebral and epidural spaces through costo-transverse foramina and intertransverse complex. This is a diagram showing the nerves coming from the spinal cord, and posteriorly there is dorsal ramus and anteriorly there is ventral ramus. Both come from the mixed spinal nerve, and there is connecting sympathetic nerve. This is another diagram showing the area of the block, and ultrasound imaging is showing the transverse process as a target. And if we deposit the solution after hitting the transverse process between the erector spinae muscle and transverse process, the drug spreads up and down. This is a study for the mechanism of erector spinae plane block done by Anna, in which we can see the spread of drug to the paravertebral space, up and down. This is another study showing the erector spinae plane block and retrolaminar block solution reaches epidural space and paravertebral space, showing the equivalent results like paravertebral block and epidural block. Conclusion of mechanism of action of block. Clinical studies are highly suggestive of blocking of sensory, motor, and sympathetic nerves. Our clinical experience reveals erector spinae plane block blocks dorsal rami, ventral rami, and sympathetic nerves. Prerequisite of the erectrospinal plane block. We need high-frequency ultrasound probe and machine. This block can be used on landmark technique, hitting the bone and injecting. But ultrasound is more helpful. Patient should be kept NPO. Informed consent must be obtained. An 18-gauge IV cannula must be inserted into the arm. Technique should be sterile. Time out is essential. We attach monitors, ECG, pulse oximeter, temperature, and blood pressure as a routine as we do in general anesthesia. Resuscitation equipment, including vasopressor, must be available. Medication for local anesthetic toxicity, lipid solution must be available. Facilities for GA and intubation must be available. Preliminary sonoanatomy is mandatory. Ultrasound probe placed into the stride cover for imaging. Dedicated trained assistants are required. Ultrasound setting. We keep the ultrasound in front of the eye of the operator. We use high frequency ultrasound probe, frequency more than 12 megahertz. We use linear probe. Curvilinear probe can be used, and in-plane technique is used. We keep the angle of the needle with the probe at less than 30 degrees, which helps in clear visualization of the needle. Depth setting to 4 to 6, even more may be required in obese patient. We use 2 needle. Catheter can be used safely in this technique. Pre-procedure anatomy is mandatory. In upper thoracic erectrospinal plane block, the transducer is placed in a paramedian sagittal orientation at the level of thoracic 1 to thoracic 5. The trapezius, which has origin from thoracic 1 to thoracic 12, is visible, and after the trapezius, we can see the rhomboideus major muscle, which originate from thoracic 2 to thoracic 5. And erectrospinal muscle are visualized superficial to the transverse process. So we can say in the upper thoracic region, we can see trapezius muscle, the rhomboideus major muscle, and erectrospinal muscle, and then the transverse process. Upper 6th thoracic nerve innervate the chest wall. In the lower thoracic erectrospinal plane block, the transducer is placed in same paramedian sagittal orientation, thoracic 6 to thoracic 12 spines. And in this situation, we can see the trapezius and we can see the latissimus dorsi, which has an origin from T7 to T12. That means rhomboideus major and muscle is not available here. And erectrospinal muscles are superficial to the transverse process. In nutshell, in the lower thoracic erectrospinal plane block, we again see 3 muscles: trapezius, latissimus dorsi, and erectrospinal muscle. So here, rhomboideus major is not available. Lower 6 thoracic nerves innervate the abdominal wall. By these, we can block the anterior abdominal wall very easily. This is a diagram showing the orientation of the probe craniocaudal in upper thorax. In this, we can see the trapezius, we can see the rhomboideus, we can see the erectrospinal muscle, and the transverse process. And we also can see the paravertebral space. This is another diagram showing the needle insertion. Needle is touching the transverse process and lifting the erectrospinal muscle from the transverse process. This is the diagram in which the dye is injected and it separates the erectrospinal muscle from the transverse process and spreads underneath the erectrospinal muscle from craniocaudal. We can see 3 muscles clearly: trapezius muscle, then the second muscle, rhomboid major muscle, then erectrospinal muscle, and lastly the transverse process of the 5th thoracic vertebra. This is a diagram showing the dermatomal distribution of the thoracic nerve from thoracic wall and abdominal wall. So upper 6 supplies the thorax and lower 6 thoracic nerve supplies the abdomen. Erectrospinal plane block technique for abdominal and thoracic procedure. The position of the patient is usually sitting. Classically, the ultrasound transducer is placed in a cephalocaudal orientation over the midline beside the spinous process of the vertebra. The probe is then moved laterally until the transfer process is visible. The trapezius, rhomboid, major, and erector-spinae muscle should be identified superficial to the transverse process. The Tohei needle should be inserted using an in-plane approach in cephalic to caudal direction. The bevel of the Tohei should be pointing posteriorly and inferiorly, advancing through the trapezius rhomboides muscle in upper 6 thoracic and latissimus dorsi in the lower 6 thoracic spaces. Lastly, it advances through the erector-spinae muscle to reach the transverse process. When the needle tip touches the transverse process, which we can see under direct vision, local anesthetic solution may be injected. And it can be visualized on the ultrasound, separating the transverse process from erector-spinae muscle, or we can say it is lifting the erector-spinae muscle from the transverse process. Local anesthetic spread can be visualized by upward and downward movement of the probe as evidence under direct vision. The local anesthetic solution then be injected in 5 cc increment with aspiration after every injection to avoid the local anesthetic toxicity or to avoid the wrong placement of the solution. 20 to 30 cc of 0.25% bupivacaine can be used. Total dose should not exceed 2 mg per kg. The catheter can be threaded easily into the space after injecting 10 to 20 ml of solution. It is prudent to thread 5 to 7 cm of catheter into the space to avoid inadvertent dislodgement. The remaining solution then be injected after confirmation that the catheter is not intravascular. The ultrasound probe can be moved up and down, and local anesthetic solution can be seen cranially and caudally. The equipment required for the erector-spinae plane block are ultrasound machine with linear or curvilinear probe, chlorhexidine gluconate solution, sterile gloves, mask and head cover, hair cover, sterile probe cover and gel, standard epidural catheter tray, local anesthetic solution 0.25% bupivacaine 20 to 30 ml according to body weight. A trained anesthesiologist and a trained assistant is required. Advantage of erector-spinae plane block. Erector-spinae plane block is very easy to perform. Very simple technique can be done with landmark technique also. Erector-spinae plane block has high safety record. There are no important structure in the needle path. There is definite end point in needle path, that is transverse process. Easy to pass catheter for prolonged analgesia. This is highly effective with good results. The erector-spinae plane block is very cost effective. It provides somatic as well as visceral analgesia. It can block sensation from cervical to sacral regions. Indications of the erector-spinae plane block includes erector-spinae plane block is extensively used for post-surgical trauma, malignancy in areas from cervical, thoracic, abdominal, lumbar and sacral nerves. Contraindication of erector-spinae plane block includes infection at the site of injection, patient refusal or absolute contraindication. Anticoagulation may be relative contraindication. There are no specific guidelines. In 2018, ASRA consensus statement does not specifically address paraspinal block and anticoagulation. Reported complications include pneumothorax, local anesthetic toxicity, motor block, failed or limited block. Clinical tips. We use sterile technique. The targeted transverse process should be central point of the probe. We always aspirate before every injection. After injecting 10 to 20 cc of normal saline solution, the catheter can be threaded easily into the space. It is prudent to thread catheter 5 to 7 cm in the space to avoid inadvertent dislodgement. The erector-spinae block is a type of interfacial block, so it is volume dependent. higher volume increases success rates. Long-acting local anesthetic or infusion through catheter can be used. Thank you. In the next slides, we can see the studies. Many studies are included in this slides for your view. Noteworthy are a study in which electrospinal plain block has been used as a sole technique for surgical anesthesia. You can see these studies. Tayfun from Turkey. This is another study from Monisha from India. The third is Raghu from India again. And there is another study from Ali. Then there are a lot of publications in which electrospine is found equivalent or even better than standard anesthesia techniques used commonly, like thoracic epidural. It is compared with thoracic epidural. It is compared with Parvati block. It is compared with tape block, and it is also compared with the quadratus lumborum plate block. I have attached few articles in which electrospinal block is compared with the commonly practiced regional anesthesia techniques, and it is showing higher efficacy and simplicity and better option. Thank you.